Manhattan glittered like a million flashbulbs when the penthouse door opened to the nanny. She stepped in with a small suitcase, rain-soft scarf, and a voice that made the room unclench. He said, "My name is R.F. Singh. My daughter is asleep, and my heart is under renovation." A tiny queen in llama pajamas toddled out, lifted her arms, and chose the stranger without asking permission. Maya made bunny ears, the child squealed, and even the espresso machine tried to giggle. Wistful, Arav watched from a careful distance, the way a man watches the ocean after almost drowning. Anxious, he listed routines, allergies, the schedule wound tight as a watch he no longer trusted. Soft, Maya brewed cocoa and hummed a lullaby her grandmother mailed across continents in stories. Weeping, the little one, Anaya, pressed her cheek to Maya's shoulder and whispered, "I miss a mother I don't remember." Protective, Arav's jaw fought tears the way glass fights thunder. Gentle, Maya said, "We can build a new kind of remembering," and tucked the blanket like a vow. Playful, morning crowned a billionaire with a paper hat while pancakes shaped like stars staged a coup. Anaya knighted him with a spatula, and Maya bowed so seriously the sunlight laughed. Rye, Arav muttered, "I fund satellites, not sprinkles," and smiled like a beautiful accident. Odd, Maya touched the window and said, "This city breathes hope if you open a crack." Fierce, he answered, "The city breathes for no one," and still handed her a key code like trust in metal. Tender, she learned hallways and hushes where grief curled up to sleep. Breathless, at midnight he stood at the glass, remembering a headline that taught him how to shatter. Solemn, a wedding ring lived on a chain that pressed his collarbone like memory's thumb. Anaya taped a crayon sun to his door with 3 stick figures holding hands. The door kept it. Weeping, he listened to Maya read about brave bears and felt the ache turn into music. Flirty, she offered a pancake bite and he pretended to critique the maple, failed, and surrendered. Resolute, he said boundaries, she said kindness, and the kitchen agreed to host both. Radiant, Park Day arrived, pigeons misbehaved, and Anaya ruled them with a pretzel scepter. Protective, he sent a driver. Maya chose the subway and texted updates like beads of steady light. Anaya's hand nested inside Maya's, and Arav looked like a man remembering spring. Anxious, a tabloid pinged. He silenced it. Some storms are not allowed into breakfast. Gentle, bedtime came with soft socks and a question, "Do you stay?" And Maya answered yes, like a door that knows its hinges. Blushing, Arav hovered in the hall, then said, "Good night, Manhattan," and almost smiled when the city answered back. Hopeful, 3 silhouettes rode the elevator down the evening like a family that hasn't admitted it yet. Reverent, somewhere above the river, the moon spelled their names on water and didn't smudge. Suspense, a fundraiser called A Match in Manhattan slid into his inbox, and fate clicked attending. The ballroom bloomed in gold and glass, and the pairing app blinked like Cupid with Wi-Fi. Arav adjusted his tie. Maya entered in midnight blue. Time removed its watch and stared. Anaya pinned a paper star on Maya before she left and said, "You're my galaxy, Nanny, remember?" The revolving door ate his speech and spit out laughter he didn't know he still owned.
Chandeliers sang when their names matched, palms met, the floor remembered how to lift people. She whispered, "Step on my foot and I bill at billionaire rates." He missed a beat and apologized with a grin the size of mercy. His guard retreated like a tide that finally needed rest. The song found the scar under his collar and pressed gently. He didn't break, he breathed. On the balcony, he confessed, "I'm afraid of loving what I can't afford to lose." She said, "Love isn't a stock you hold, it's a hand you don't drop in a storm." He offered his arm where a ring might live someday, and the skyline approved with a wink. The ex arrived like winter through cracked window. Headlines followed on expensive heels. She said, "How fast you heal," and the sentence scratched silver off the night. Protective, Maya excused herself with dignity that did not apologize for existing. Resolute, Arav found her by the glass and said, "If the world misnames us, I'll correct it out loud." The sitter texted a video of Anaya whispering, "You look like princes." Two adults forgot how to be afraid. They stole truffle popcorn from a VIP bowl and fled 3 steps like teenagers who still tip well. Back inside, donors danced beyond the app. Hearts matched themselves. Manhattan remembered. The board texted, "Don't." He typed, "Watch me," and pressed send without blinking. Weeping, Maya admitted, "I've run from families because breaking hurts. I stopped running when you both needed a place to land." Radiant, he saw her whole then, the courage and the soft, and said, "Stay where my life can find you." Anxious, flashes popped, a rumor grew teeth, the elevator whispered, "Privacy, please." Tender, in the car home, they shared a bottle of water like communion. Anaya, asleep on the couch, awoke, climbed into Maya's lap and asked, "Did the city clap?" Maya said, "Yes," with both hands. Blushing, Arav covered them with a throw and looked like a man who just found the shore. Solemn, the ring on the chain knocked his chest, a small door asking to be opened. Hopeful, he texted, "Tomorrow, real life, no cameras, only pancakes." She replied, "Always tastes better." Reverent, the night exhaled. Somewhere, a lighthouse blinked for people learning their own light. Suspense. The forecast warned of a ruthless winter front. Love packed mittens and waited at the window. Anxious winter arrived like a verdict. School closed early. The park dressed itself in white danger. Playful Anaya named snowflakes, while Maya drafted a treaty between Coco and cold noses. A snowman borrowed Arav's scarf and immediately looked richer than both of them. Breathless, a gust spun Anaya toward the pond. Ice groaned. The world narrowed to 3 heartbeats. Fierce, Maya lunged, voice a rope. Arav sprinted so fast his fear couldn't keep up. Together, they caught their whole life. They held the child shaking and laughed through tears because breathing is the best music. Solemn, in urgent care, monitors hummed a hymn made of numbers and second chances. Gentle, Maya rubbed small hands warm and told a story where a princess chooses love every time. Grateful, Arav pressed his forehead to Anaya's and sobbed into fatherhood without apology. Protective. Outside, press vans multiplied. The ex fed the rumor machine a last stale biscuit. Resolute, Arav faced microphones and said, "This is my family, and this is the woman who saved us twice." Radiant. The city believed him because truth finally found its indoor voice. Oh, Anaya woke to her father's terrible joke about snow forgetting its sweater, and the room thawed. Soft. The doctor said, "Go home and keep warm." They did, carrying joy like a hot pie. Wistful. In the quiet room, Arav opened the drawer, touched the ring on the chain, and whispered, "I thank you for everything you taught me." gentle. Maya put the chain in his palm and said, "Love doesn't erase love. It multiplies rooms." Weeping, he said, "I'm afraid of Joy leaving." She said, "Then we feed Joy breakfast and keep its chair pulled out." Flirty. He asked, "How many pancakes does it take to keep you?" She said, "Make a stack and try." The smoke alarm tried to officiate. No one invited it. Everyone laughed anyway. Tender. Anaya drew 3 crowns on the calendar and labeled the day. We stayed. Proud. Ara fired the publicist who saw people as problems and hired one who saw stories as bridges. Awed. Donors from the Gala sent cards. The app sent a cheeky notification, matched for life, and then crashed like a satisfied Cupid. Breathless. At golden hour, the rooftop held its breath as Arav knelt with a simple ring and a complicated heart. Weeping. He said, "I was afraid to love again until you arrived and taught fear its manners." Maya said yes, like a sunrise that keeps its promise. Radiant. The skyline applauded. Even glass can clap when it's full of light. Anaya demanded a second proposal for the stuffed animals. Legal language was honored. Everyone cheered. Soft. They wrote vows in the kitchen with flour on their noses and courage in the margins. Fierce. He promised imperfect truth over perfect image. She promised the 3 of them over any rumor's loneliness. Grateful. They funded a scholarship for caretakers who save families with snacks and spine. Hopeful. The first dance happened between the island and the fridge. Love did not mind the traffic of weekday life. Reverent. At the open window, they let gratitude breathe. The answer with a gentle yes. Luminous. The billionaire afraid to love again loved without armor. The nanny who arrived stayed long enough to rename home. If your heart felt their yes, keep it close. Manhattan keeps matching brave people with the futures they deserve. Magnetic. You're watching Romantic TV. Subscribe for cinematic love, glitter breakfasts, and rooftop vows. Urgent. Tap the bell so you don't miss the gala twist and the storm that tests them. Warm. Comment a crown or a heart if you believe family is something we build.